last week we definitely came to agreement that we were going to finish every show that we had started and not start any new shows at all. And we were both looked at each other and we're like, yes, very good plan, very good plan. Therefore, let's watch My Fair Brady.
His TV family, you all know. She won some reality show. Now how far will their love go?
So this is right after Surreal Life.
It doesn't seem like it's that soon after it because he's not quite as cut as he was on the show.
That's true.
She's half his age. Before he knows it, things have changed. Now she wants to get engaged. My Fair Brady.
Well, at least they're playing into this whole stupid thing.
Right.
As much as possible.
Manhattan Beach is a very expensive zip code. Oh, Chris Abrego. So he did not release this to anyone else to make. He's like, yeah, I'll make it.
Oh no, there's money to be made off of these people.
Okay, he's at the gym, but he didn't look great in that other shot.
Being a Brady is a very tough thing to live up to because you can't possibly be that perfect.
Well, I mean, it was. Now they're all most dead, right?
In the high-tech industry.
Yeah, nobody on the show was perfect. They all had real problems.
And then they died.
Re-enter the entertainment industry.
I'm from Joliet, Illinois.
Are those bullet holes?
It looks like Shotgun Blast.
And my life.
So I know Joliet, Illinois, because that prison is where the very first scene of the Blues Brothers takes place. And that's the scene that Joliet Jake walks out of.
Oh.
And they get in the car and he goes, "What's this? What's what? This car, this stupid car."
I got addicted to drugs, dropped out of high school, cleaned myself up about now 4 years ago, and things have only gone uphill since. Just infatuated with the...
Got off drugs, and now I'm doing good. And just...
She had her sights set on me, but I thought the age differential between the two of us, which is 25 years, was immense. And though I tried to withstand her advances...
Yay, we're leaving this...
God, he looked great at that time.
Yeah.
She's so vociferous.
Resistance was futile.
I'm in love with a Brady.
And to be honest, I've never felt happier or more alive. And
Okay.
more chaotic.
So going out with a 22-year-old is a good idea.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he only has a condo?
Hey, what's with all the judgment? They can't live a lavish lifestyle like us.
No, in Manhattan Beach, that's $1.5 million.
Two ex-wives.
What is he reading?
You know?
He's a smart guy. Huh?
The dictionary?
Five people for me.
I've never been so attracted to somebody, and I deeply love him.
I just love him so much.
I love you too.
She's like 23 at this time or something.
I know.
It's crazy. I've never had a relationship like this.
You've never been old enough to have a relationship like this.
He's like, "Do you love me?" And she's like, "Shut up."
Every time I walk
Ugh.
that table, I think of caterpillar.
It's been a little challenging living with him.
They've been there for like a month.
I think they complement the table well. Chris will never ever lighten up about how everything needs to be in place and order and perfect and dust-free and anal.
And I'm used to living in a crack den, from all the drugs that I did.
Right outside the prison.
And we weren't that upset about dust and stuff in the home. We were more worried about dropping crack and then getting the crack back and smoking the crack.
To smoke the crack.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how drug dens work.
He's more formulated and tied down. This is all a product of living with you.
Adrian is pretty much a wild child. She can be described as anything but tidy.
I threw your bathroom in the wash. Man, that thing's absolutely filthy.
We're complete opposites, but it works.
Well, for 3 seasons.
Yeah. People say that opposites attract. That's not really how it works.
No, Kyle drives me insane.
Also, we're not attracted to each other.
See?
Are we?
Today is Jane Leland's birthday. This may be beloved friend.
No, I want to push a button.
No. By the way, you're watching this during our Sofamus season.
It's the Sofamus season.
Sofamus.
Sofamus.
So, just wanted to push a button.
If you're watching this in July, forget everything we just said. Jane lives in Costa Rica. Why are they going to see Jane?
Oh, yeah. Could she have lied to us?
She probably also has a condo in LA.
If I didn't hook up with this bastard on the show, I would have went home with you, Jane Lee.
Second place.
All right.
What is it? It smells like ass. It smells like Adrian.
Drop that. She burps, I fart. She doesn't smell, I do.
Chris.
All's good. The party was just...
He's not that clever.
Like ass. It smells like Adrian.
Drop that. She burps, I fart. She doesn't smell, I do.
Chris.
Oh, maybe it's not, but my brain just sees stuff in post that, like, it doesn't matter, and this probably won't even make the cut, but, like, see how there's a circle around that lady's arm?
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's done in post to highlight his face more, because it goes away.
Oh, yeah.
Good.
I see that in movies too, but it's not a big deal. I don't know why. It just,
No. And some of the audience actually says that they appreciate that we have a little bit more insight into just the production of stuff.
nerds. Thank you. Like and subscribe.
But I just thought it was like a lens reflection or something.
I thought it was for a moment, but it stayed.
Yeah.
So there's little tricks you have to do in post. You see it in movies and Netflix shows all the time where the person, the goal is to get it to look natural so that you're not staring and going, oh, they added something in post.
Right.
Like fake light, because that creates distortion and noise and stuff. So there's always this balance. But I've seen it in the biggest movies and the smallest things. So it just shows.
Yeah, I've had directors ask me to color correct the very first rough cut. Yeah.
Why?
Because he wants it to look
His
good.
vision?
Right,
Okay.
exactly.
Nowadays they do that. They color correct everything. They
Okay, well, this is to 12 years ago?
Yeah, before you just see the dailies and stuff and then just use your imagination. Now
Right.
they color everything.
So like making the colors pop better and make certain, changes and brightness and contrast and all kinds of stuff like that. And it takes up tons of computing power unless you have the best $25,000 Mac. You can't do that before you take it into post-production.
No.
And so it was like this guy saying, hey, I want to go ahead and get this project car painted. And you'd be like, it doesn't have an engine. It doesn't have wheels. It doesn't have a suspension. Why are you painting the car? And he's like, oh, well, I just, I don't want anyone to see it without paint on it. And it's like, it can't drive. No one's going to see it. Yeah, but,
You know.
These are America's next top model.
Take all the pictures.
like and subscribe.
So you can see this didn't stay. This is not a deep dive into love and who is that?
That's how you party when you're a go-go.
I promise you there's a little more content coming. It's not just
I
this.
told her happy birthday.
Yeah, this is kind of just a surreal life reunion and thing. It's, it's 10 minutes I'll never get back, but I didn't think it was going to be any different than that. Was that the Nickelback guy?
And then Jane
Sure.
informs me, I'd rather kiss your boyfriend.
Okay.
Oh my God. It's
Whoa.
hot.
Oh.
Oh, it's okay for you?
Bitch. I don't know what
Yeah,
to do.
bet.
Is everything okay?
It's just been a really stressful day and I just want to go home. Okay, bye everybody.
So she doesn't live on a monkey farm
Crunching. You guys are both
in Costa Rica?
Guess not.
Did I kiss Jane? Yes. As a reaction to the festive mood, I innocently thought this was all just a joke.
But she did it
Her
first.
mouth is open and your mouth is open and you're trying to give her tongue. What is in between there that's going to stop your tongue?
Our love? What am I supposed to say?
Pre-existing STDs.
Why?
God, he's still in good shape.
Yeah, he's still in good shape.
Jesus.
It's the first day.
I mean, I'm
Give him a chance to eat some pizza.
in anyone else. I got my hands full with Adrian.
Oh God.
Wait, Jane
Yes, Kyle, that's right.
is eating cake off of her tits, and she's kissing Jane. But as soon as he kisses Jane, it's a huge problem.
Huge
Huge problem.
problem.
even though, I'm not going to say how I think this is true, but in LA, that's way different than it would be in, say, Omaha, Nebraska.
I don't know anything about Omaha, Nebraska. I don't know how they get down. I don't know what they do in the dark. So I'm not going to assume.
I didn't say it was dark in Omaha.
So yeah, this is basically what the show is Chris has like a certain way of thinking and living and being and controlling, and then she acts like she's so far out there and cool and everything's great, but rules for thee, not for me.
Oh. Well, I am not going to enjoy this then.
Oh, get off me. I'm not in cuddling mood.
With cameras there and everything.
Right.
I love you.
Sitcom.
Are they right on the beach? Is that why that's
Mean
rusty?
Yesterday. Do you know that? This
Probably a
morning,
couple blocks away from the
I
beach.
decided to address Christopher about the kissing situation with him.
God, before I even get up, the cameras are there already?
Yep. Yeah, this is, you can tell he's waking up, she's waking up.
Right.
Hey, get away. I don't want to be by you. I don't want to be by you. That's a joke. I don't want to be by you. I don't want to be by you.
Don't go there.
Hey, I put up with a lot of your last night, and it was not cool. Not cool.
What did she put up with? He's a fucking Brady.
I mean, the entire evening.
Right.
It wasn't my intention, obviously, to hurt her.
Oh, okay. I see. You just be a I'm supposed to put up with it, but then you don't want to hear about it ever.
Shoot me.
You think she's joking right
What's
now?
wrong?
She doesn't seem like she's messing around or
Point of you to
hamming it
stop
up.
shooting at me.
Good morning. I don't think it's
No,
I'm like emotionally broken down from the
no, but let's not keep reliving it. I mean, I want to.
No, do you know what I love about you? If it's something that has to do with you, everybody has to just bow down and cater. But if it has to do with me, well, let's not relive it. It was just last night.
So you can see how this is going to go. And
There's 3 seasons of this?
there are 3 seasons.
I'm going to need lots. If this video gets to 10,000 likes, I'll watch a second episode, but this is kind of triggering to me, actually.
Wow, why?
Well, because it's a very dysfunctional relationship, and I may have hung out with girls that are like that before.
Supermodels, yeah.
No, not that part.
Oh.
Although, there's somebody eating cake off of her tits. She's kissing Jane, but he kisses Jane. And now it's a huge problem that
This is going to trigger you. Wow.
Right.
That's the whole show.
Right. So there's no challenges?
Come on.
All night and feel like crap. You tell me not to relive it. This happened like a month
Yeah, what is
ago.
this, 5 minutes into the show?
Right.
This was last night.
She's super immature. But he's immature too, but in a different way.
But not because you made
Well, he's immature in the way that when you're famous, young, you don't have to get more mature. You just kind of stay that age. That's what happened to Corey Feldman. He never grew up.
No. You're putting Christopher Knight up there with Corey Feldman. Christopher Knight had 1 or 2 seasons of a show in the 60s that were remembered by older people now who are fossils. No offense to anyone who loves it.
Oh, yeah. But Christopher Knight did go on to make some investments in tech, and that's kind of how he has his life now.
But he was never a superstar. You can argue the Brady Bunch was very popular for a 5-minute period.
Yeah.
But clearly it wasn't enough for him to retire on, so he had to go out into the world and change his personality.
Well,
he wasn't always, he was never a big star.
Kids don't get residuals.
No.
Right. So until you turn 18, you don't get residuals off a show, and the Brady Bunch was off by the time he turned 18. We saw he was in that other, like,
He was in a lot of
we did a
bad
bunch
stuff.
of pilots, TV pilots, and he was in one that did not take off.
But my point is that I am not getting the
He's
impression.
emotionally stunted because he's good looking and rich, not because he was famous, is what you're saying.
I don't know. I think it's more personality based. I don't think people look at him and go like, he's really good looking, and I assume he's really rich. He's one of the Bradys. What do you think about Greg Brady?
That guy had to fight that redheaded kid. Right.
Oh,
So that's how good he did with his money.
He did fight Danny Bonaduce,
Right.
And he got his ass kicked.
We have a video about
Yeah, watch that one. Oh my God. All right, touche.
Danny Bonaduce versus the world. And he fought Greg Brady.
Make out with a girl.
I don't even know what the point was.
You did too, right in front of me.
She'll just keep digging.
Why he's emotionally immature and why she's emotionally immature. She's emotionally immature because she's fucking gorgeous and she's 22. No one's ever said no to her.
Totally get that.
Right.
And I'm like,
That's no tongue.
However, when they go to her parents' house in Joliet, wherever that is,
Joliet.
you're gonna find out what she was really from.
Oh, yeah?
And it's not luxury.
Is it this or is it this? Right. So,
She was told no and poor for. There's a reason why she got on drugs.
yeah. Ask me how I know.
Okay.
right there.
You tongued Jane.
It was a
Lady
multi-tongue.
face.
All I want is a simple "I'm sorry" from Christopher.
You totally.
Why do you want
Why?
Last
What?
night. I thought you were on board with the whole thing. It was a joke.
What is this? Day 2? Day 3?
There's nothing behind it.
I know.
It's with a very good friend who I feel like is my sister.
Friend.
I was just seeing where she was coming from,
Oh, okay.
and it was again because like French kissing my sister.
But I'm not cool with that.
So all of what's going on inside
How
your
many
head.
people want to French kiss their sister, but their sister won't French kiss them?
Well, you never been on the Brady Bunch, bitch.
I mean, he doesn't act like it. He acts more like he's a child.
Oh, out of my mind. I don't know what to do about it.
You see that giant thing of protein powder?
He goes through like 10 of those a day.
I know.
No wonder he farts so much.
All he needs is
I have no.
all he needs is a laptop to run his whole life. Probably works from home.
I have nobody else to talk to. It's just.
He had a lot of clothes in there already, didn't he?
Yeah.
And a lot of the people who are the most important people in my life are thousands and thousands of miles away.
Just 2,000.
Yeah, I was going to say the United States is not.
It's like 2,300 or 2,800.
Yeah, it's not that far.
And Illinois is not the whole way.
Look,
So-
she won America's Top Model. She didn't win like America's brainiest
next
brain.
top geographer.
Your tour ends here.
Your tourist.
My friends right now. Sometimes I just get scared that maybe he doesn't feel the same way about me.
Do you feel like if she had like just one fewer teeth that it would toofuses that it would match her kind of her upbringing and where she's from better than her being a supermodel?
How dare you, but
He's
yes.
my best friend. Definitely
Yeah.
are.
But also, yeah.
You know, my family's gonna see him like disrespect me like that. Like my grandma, and it would just be.
My grandma lives in a tent.
Wait a minute. She's really hung up on the idea. She's using the excuse of her family
Right.
viewing this show, not Surreal Life.
Right.
Where she was, slapped her ass with cake and.
You have to understand that if I walked into a room and someone was eating cake off my wife's tits, I wouldn't care who it was. I would be mad
Right.
at my wife for having the cake there to have it be eaten off of. In any relationship, I wouldn't like that. But she can't get mad at me right after that.
You are
for the
so-
same kind of shit.
You are so triggered.
I'm
So
super triggered.
Oh my God, this is crazy.
I have not talked at length about my relationship history with Chris, so he doesn't know why I'm so triggered, but he can see it.
And we don't need to know that, but we don't need.
I'm not gonna tell
I
you
don't ever
people.
need to know those stories. But this may be the reason we continue watching this. Because when I watch this,
What does the audience say?
I'm having a great time. I'm living through both of them. Like I don't see one as the villain or any. And you are completely triggered in the show, and you're. They
Let's
got
think
you.
about why I never watch this kind. Why all my shows take place in fucking outer space where there's no analogous to my actual life. I don't watch date movies. I don't watch chick flicks. I don't watch none of that shit. If there's not lasers in outer space, I'm fucking out,
Out of
dude.
it. And this is why.
Because she gets under my skin, and now I'm not gonna be able to sleep thinking about Adrian Brody or whoever her name is.
Curry.
Who's Adrian Brody? Is that weird actor, isn't he?
He's not weird. He
He's-
did
he's
okay in
weird.
Predators. Anyway.
Predators?
He was in Predators.
Man that would sit there
There's
and
Predator, Predator 2, Predator versus Alien, and Predators.
Robert Rodriguez did a film called Predators, where they took killers from Earth and put them on a new planet, where they were hunted against them. It was actually good.
For us. But the thing is,
I have to
let's-
live the life of a very important YouTube personality.
Yeah.
And I can't balance all this stuff.
It's hard.
Dozen long stem roses, so
He's buying roses to make up for him kissing, but not her kissing.
He's like, she's stupid, maybe this will work.
Kind of.
If I get in trouble and buy my wife roses, she will not even look at them. I don't want flowers because you're in trouble. That's stupid.
solve the problem, but
I want
she'll
flowers
look at it as
because
a
you
meaningful
just
gesture.
wanted to.
You're my favorite customer.
Bye, doggy.
I came home,
Guys, is that her car? That's an Acura.
truly appreciate.
Did she get it for free like the Power Rangers?
Florence is very important to me, and her opinion is important to me.
He
Florence
has
is
two
mom,
phones on his desk. Why does he
she's
have two
also-
phones?
Even
I
to
don't know.
me, she's an icon, you know? And I wanted to talk
Florence Henderson?
So he's talking to the mom. Wow, is that Windows 98?
Yeah.
exactly.
The original plan was for Adrian to move out to LA, get a car, get yourself settled, find an apartment, and begin a life. It's 5 months, and there's no car, there's no apartment. And Florence is a therapist as well.
Oh, so she
Come
is?
in very handy.
She was?
For you to meet Adrian.
I'd love to.
When do you have
Oh,
the
so
opportunity?
she was supposed
What?
to.
Now Florence is a therapist, and you know, see Florence Henderson, the 1,000-year-old mom from the Brady Bunch?
Yes.
Okay, I'll watch that.
But also, so the plan, I forgot all about this.
I
show.
like the therapist part because the therapist is going to say, Adrian, what about all the cake tits?
Yeah.
And she's going to go, that's not even the same thing.
I'm triggered.
Right.
My health.
And Christopher Knight's like, I thought you were going to come out here and like have a job in your own apartment. And she's like, I didn't say I could be a model. They said I could be a model.
Right. It's
no one's
exactly
calling
right.
me for modeling.
That's exactly what happened.
Right.
Yeah.
My time.
Let's get all the Bradys in there.
Why would I fall in love with the Brady if I wanted to work?
Forward to this so much.
Oh, thanks, Chris. I
Look at his cable management. It's just all so messy.
A lot of judgment.
that I've-
A lot of judgment.
Look at his desk.
You know, we haven't even talked about your shoes yet.
Kyle's got the shoes and he's gonna show them all off. And Chris ain't stoked about it. That's Kyle.
Comment below if you know what the lyrics of that song are. I asked Chris what the lyrics of that song are today, and he goes, I don't know. You don't know what it says? He's like, I don't, nah.
AI did it.
It
and
says
did a good job.
Kyle and shoes, and it's just put it in. So comment below if you know what that even says.
All right, your shoe.
Okay, well, let's think about the ensemble.
right.
Okay, we got Mario. We got
yeah.
we got Nintendo up here. Okay, we got Nintendo right here. And we got the Mario mushroom vans. From there's a star, there's a fire flower, there's a Goomba or Koopa. What is it? The mushroom guy?
Goomba.
It doesn't say what year.
No, it doesn't.
Well, Google Nintendo Vans. On the bottom it says game over. Game over.
Kyle's got the shoes and he's gonna show them all off.
We're just not going to comment on the song.
And then
I don't know.
was in the calendar.
Adrian is gonna love this. Maybe.
He's getting Florence Henderson to be the psychologist for them, and she's gonna love this. You know her so well.
Like Sam the Butcher bringing Alice the meat, like Fred Flintstone driving around on bald feet.
Yeah, come on up.
Is that an elevator?
Tell me where that was from. Maybe it's a dumbwaiter.
Oh.
You know what a dumbwaiter is? A dumbwaiter is an elevator, but just for food.
Can I just have a second?
I like to let him explain things. He feels smarter that way.
I had one of those text-based video games on my VIC-20, and it's kept like talking about the dumbwaiter, and I'm like, what the fuck is a dumbwaiter? And like, back then you had to go look it up in the encyclopedia, so I was just like, I just won't know what this is forever. And then like 20 years later, I knew what it was.
Look how much he wrote.
See?
Oh my God. Yeah, this is gonna last.
Can we have sex?
Yeah.
And a foot massage as well.
Moon.
Yeah, well, it's, you know, it's fun for him to kind of think back to 20 years ago when
Right.
he was her age.
Right.
And do all that stupid little shit that works.
Right.
Right?
Oh, it's pretty. Ooh,
None of that stuff would work on my wife.
I'm excited.
She'd be like, yeah, that's great that you did that. I'm still pissed
We
off.
get to the restaurant, and it was beautiful.
I'm noticing you're just really beautiful.
All right.
Shut up.
Wow, she's really into him.
I must
Yeah.
look at your face.
I like your face.
Handsome, debonair.
Does he look like her dad or something?
Yep.
And I've said it before.
Oh, he does?
No, I'm just kidding. I mean, the age-wise,
Well, sure, they're the same age.
I think they are actually. He jokes about that with the dad.
Right.
Well, the dad doesn't joke. The dad actually is,
Doesn't like it?
and he's a giant man.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's like 6'8".
Oh.
Intimidating.
Yeah.
Taking the oxygen right out of the air.
Dude, you can out-fart my brothers, and for that's a feat in its own, okay?
She's gonna love that farting for the next 30 years,
These are
40
all
years.
SPDs.
Oh, we're having lunch tomorrow with Florence.
What?
I have to tell you, yeah.
I have to meet Florence, aka Mrs. Brady, and I'm so nervous.
How does she even know what that? It went off the air before she was born.
I think she had to do her research if she was getting involved with this guy.
Fallen for.
You mean why you have fallen for me?
Yeah, no, I haven't.
It's such a weird idea.
So we're having.
That is a private dining room in a Manhattan Beach restaurant.
You're just really.
Is she
That
eating
is
gold?
a $700 dinner.
All right, let's get to this.
She knows all about me, but
Do they get married on the show?
I don't want to
Like
ruin
Corey
anything.
Feldman does?
I don't want to
Record it
ruin
then because
You don't want to.
what? I kind of got a little defensive because for the last 7 months of our relationship, he has had his friends or family come to check me out, and I don't think I've done that to him yet. I'm nervous because I never got to meet your mommy.
You're living in his house. What?
Up to mommy right now, and I just.
I never got to meet your mom. Yeah, because she's fucking dead.
You can do it.
So I know which one I am in this,
Oh yeah,
show. I'm
very,
her.
Very clear.
It seems like Chris loves who I might be as opposed to who I am.
That's actually insightful.
We can only love each other for who we are.
Think about that.
But she's the one that
I know.
pushed it.
I know.
And he was like, it's not a good idea. It's not a good idea. And she's like, yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. And he's like, nah, probably not. I know myself and this is terrible. And she's like, yeah. And oh, I mean, I'm only going to say no
Adrian
to
is a young, immature.
so many times before I.
That's not going in the end.
All right.
impatient.
I'm extravagant. Everything's over the top with me.
I know. Do you think it can be forever? Do you think you have to reel that back in? Do you think that's part of a necessary growth pattern for you?
He's
Fart
had
on
a lot
him.
more therapy than she has.
Just fart on him.
I really don't. You know what? This is supposed to be a good night for me now. So.
Me.
You join me in my bubble.
Oh, never mind.
Adrian can get over things right away.
No, she can't. She.
No, she
We go
can't.
back
She hides it.
in the
Looks like I have a huge light.
May I remind you, they have a minimum of 2 cameras in there
Yeah.
with them the whole time.
God, how much of this bath? Okay, so we just saw like 30 seconds, and it was probably a 2-hour bath that
Yeah.
they had to edit through and
Yeah.
just.
It was probably very boring.
Right?
Uh-oh.
She looks good for 80.
Back when she was still alive, yeah. Look how happy he is to see her. Isn't that weird? He kissed her on the lips, too. That's kind of weird.
Oh, let's talk about who else he's kissing on the lips now, right?
Meet Adrian.
Well, if he busts out the cake for the chest, that's
Slipped her
when
the
you'll know.
tongue. Yeah, and like Florence Henderson is eating cake off of her tits, and he's like, "So what is okay? I don't know."
Florence comes the door, and my first thought in my head was, damn, she's still got it, man. She's a hottie. She's the woman that both of my brothers probably had many wet dreams over.
Come on in. We welcome you
Nope.
to.
It would be the
This is great.
Actually, recently,
These have been pretty hectic. They kind of changed his entire house on him.
that is a very bold kitchen
Let's
color.
rewind up.
still trying to figure it
So
out.
how are you guys doing?
Just recently, Chris has been really stressed out. I feel bad because, like, I took away his comfort zone and made it look like, queer eye for the straight guy came in here.
Oh, she did all that.
It looks very gay, Chris. Happy.
Happy. Oh, yum. What the?
She knows she wants children.
Yeah.
And that's an interesting thing for me
She wants
because I
kids,
thought it
too.
was beyond that.
Really?
With him.
I'm Italian. That's what we do. We procreate.
What are your goals career-wise?
I really love animals, and because I don't have all the credentials I would need to be a biologist.
That's not a career. That is a statement about hobbies at best.
I like rainbows.
I like trains and turtles.
Yeah, that's the look right there.
Oh, she's Brett Michaels now. Oh, you stupid.
I definitely felt a little bit out of my element. Very much like I was at a job interview.
Yeah, you're in a room with two people who have been on
I
television.
definitely would like to get into acting. I'm a Leo, and I'm
More than you.
dramatic. And
She's got no self-editing technique to speak of. It's brilliant for acting.
She should be working at Kinko's.
kind of wanted to just.
Comment below if you work at Kinko's and think that she would be fine there.
What creates great sex is great communication. And once you go to bed with somebody, you're hooked.
I don't need any more from you.
What is going on?
Well, Florence really is a therapist, which is going to come in very handy for a number of different reasons.
Is it fair to say that it exhausts me? Because it does. When we start just talking about our relationship.
What do you mean, that exhausts you to talk about it?
We're talking about us, or talking about old issues and us, and you know, I would like
He
to get...
considers old issues like 2 days ago when he made out with my friend in front of me. That's an old issue. I gotta forget about
We
that.
just talk about...
She's like 12.
Wait, what was that? He made out
He tried to
with-
French kiss my friend at her birthday party when he was all drunk in front of me, but that's an old issue and it shouldn't be brought up anymore.
It's not fair.
Oh, Chris.
That
It's
is
not
too
me,
fair.
and it's not fair, and
See,
you're
any
right
other
there.
woman would have probably stood up, shoved their stiletto in your cornea, and then
No, I
walked
wouldn't have
away.
done that. I would have just said, see ya.
She brings up this freaking kiss with...
Yeah, but she has to go back to his
She needs
house.
to hear about the kiss with Jane. She just wants to bury me with it. And in front of Florence.
It was comedic behavior is the way it was intended, and it was totally taken out of context, and I realized it's
And
wrong.
she was
Well,
my
but
friend
you know,
too.
that's done.
And you
she
had
kissed
just
her
done
first.
the same thing.
And cake.
And I will never do that again.
And
Thank you.
he knows that is not acceptable
And what-
behavior for you.
You know what I asked her? What is this tied to? Because it keeps coming up.
I think it's tied to insecurity about the relationship because she doesn't know.
Oh, thank
where
you,
the
Dr.
relationship
Florence.
is
I'm
going.
glad you went to all those classes
We're
to
certainly
figure
not
out.
saying that he's perfect because his behavior can drive you insane. And this is a behavior that you want to lose as quickly as you can, and that's passive aggressive.
That's not happening. Are you fucking kidding me?
Might say-
As the kids say, she's cooking right now.
I'm
What is-
having to hear about
I don't know.
develop even harder
I'm
feelings
50.
for this man.
I don't know what that is.
She's dropping truth bombs. She's
Oh,
speaking
truth bombs.
Can't break my heart. Come here, I love you.
Are you crying?
Yeah, because I'm
You know, okay.
sensitive.
When I watched this the first time, I was all in the soup of VH1 whatever. I'd watch
Right.
almost anything. Almost anything.
Yeah.
I didn't watch White Rapper. But I got to say, usually the first episode is the best kind of a series, sort of.
Uh-huh.
This is kind of dragging along.
This can't possibly be the best episode because
No.
there's 3 seasons of this, and this is not. I'm just watching something that triggers me.
I never would have.
Well, I haven't had a lot of healthy relationships.
I never would have guessed this shit would trigger you.
Right.
That's crazy.
Well, Chris met me when I had already been married to my
Careful.
current wife. For let's say I got married in 2005. So 5 years.
We'll be right.
Right. But now we've been married 20 years and, figured out how to make it work and everything. But before that, it's just a long string of weirdos that were not great.
That was their fault?
From my point of view, mostly, yes. Bitches be shopping.
Okay, Chris, come on here and give me a tonguer.
Oh.
I've learned better. Oh, you're lucky I learned
See how deep our talking goes, and this is the
I
content we're
know.
watching?
Our talking is always better than the show that we're watching.
What I am seeing is that you're both trying to change each other into what you wish each other.
Wow, that's
I'm sorry to say
that's astute.
I'm sorry to say that.
But I've known that, I mean, in part, when I first met her, I said, okay, well...
Is she listening from down...
I have life like this, and there's certain things I'm not going to do. Perhaps she can fit into my world, but if she does, there's certain behaviors that she'll have to alter to fit better into that world, or she won't feel very comfortable. And I know I won't feel
You
very
won't be
comfortable.
comfortable. I assume you have
she
great
needs to-
sex.
I mean, yeah.
Chris, you know that you have to
that might,
change
that was certainly
completely
beginning
in order for her to feel comfortable.
We have good bedroom chemistry.
She's eavesdropping.
The matter is, she's 22 years old. But for both your sakes, she needs to get her own place. That would be my advice.
Florence totally supported this plan that I had, which was Adrian moving out, that she thought was just the excellent plan.
And a car.
Oh, she didn't have a car?
No.
Oh.
Felt a
You have to have a car in
little tiny bit
California.
gained up on, but it
Unless
wasn't
you're in
gonna,
San
bring
Francisco.
me down.
Because I think if she stays...
She felt ganged up on by Mrs. Brady.
And Peter Brady?
I think it was Peter.
Right, 2 Bradys against 1 Brody. Curry.
And that's the level of insecurity that you're looking at right now, is that Florence Henderson can make you feel like you're being ganged up on.
Right. Yeah.
A fake TV mom.
Yeah.
They like that shot. I do too, but...
For lunch, and...
It's the only one they have of the water, so they have to use the same one over and over.
Lack of independence.
The fact of the matter is, she's 22 years old. For both your sakes, she needs to get her own
She
place.
did eavesdrop, didn't she?
She's doing completely, it's
I think
complete
she's right.
betrayal of trust.
Adrian and I are going to make things work. Adrian is going to have to move out.
You deserve a healthy, and I stress that.
Let me
word.
guess how the rest of the show goes. She doesn't move out.
I don't think
And they get married.
moving out will make our relationship.
I don't want to
stronger.
spoil anything for you,
Such a huge
but
step.
I have a feeling that she gets everything that she wants.
We
Well, then
work so much we will never
you'd be
see
wrong.
each other. Our
Oh, good.
relationship will just slowly fall apart. I'm not stupid.
We will.
You're not?
You know, if you find yourself saying that a lot to a lot of people, it's not a good sign. Yeah.
Hey.
A lot about you through him, and I grew curious because I hate to say it, but the Brady Bunch wasn't so much my generation.
It's every generation.
Well, it's every generation, but I was.
Easy.
My mom was like, "Don't watch TV. Go outside and do something with your life," and
Yeah.
that's what I did.
But next time, you and I can.
You did a lot of
talk.
drugs and got hooked up. What?
Okay. What can I say?
She has a
Florence
lot
comes
of
over,
cognitive
she knows everything
dissonance.
That our relationship
And why does
needs,
Florence have a
and
script?
I feel like he's just holding on to that opinion. If you're confused,
What-
in your
stop
head,
asking
put it in
questions
your
like
head
that.
until you figure it out.
Love you.
The way that is bound is as a script.
I saw
So
that too.
so he's like, "Hey Florence, will you come over and be on my show?" And she's like, "No, I'm not gonna come over and be." Also, could you read the script? Okay, fine.
Does anyone else find that weird that he kisses her on the lips like that?
It's very LA. They think that they're
Goodbye.
European or whatever.
All right.
We need to go upstairs and clean up the...
Probably. What are you talking about? I thought Greg Brady had sex with her.
In my mind, she needs her own life so that we can have one together.
She doesn't want her own life. She wants to be married to you.
This.
And she wants to be codependent, is what
Right.
the context is.
I know how I feel about Chris. I've known how
Which
I felt about Chris.
can work, I guess. I'm not even talking about healthy or unhealthy. I'm just talking about what can last.
Chris.
That's fine, but both parties have to be wanting that
Right.
relationship.
Honey, you're beautiful. Your hair, I would like it any way you cut it. As long as you didn't have supercuts do it.
Our communication needs a lot.
Hey,
Shout out to Supercuts.
hey, I used them for a long time because it was cheap and around. Now I'm triggered.
We're not communicating well.
I just had supercuts do it.
And when we do talk, it's never about what we need to work on.
I'd rather go for supercuts.
Yeah, they talk about nonsense like us, like we don't.
Right.
$2.95.
took me like 2 years to remember his last name.
Was that I adore coming home and knowing
You don't know my last name.
but I really believe
Wheels.
that the success
right.
of our future together.
That's not it.
Vroom, vroom.
Whoa.
Whoa. You see what I'm saying? Like, she's all over the place in her maturity. Sexually, she's somewhat
all over the place.
But then anything related to actual feeling, and then she becomes frayed, and
right.
Which can't be easy to be around.
Please, Bubble Queen, may I have another? You showed my picture, my penis picture to Jane. Can I get rid of it?
Okay, right now. Oh God, it's beautiful.
All right.
This is a very strange show for me. I would never, ever, ever, ever watch this show on my own.
Well, but for what reason?
Because it's about two people's eyes and some shithead and some other shithead, and then I have to do a lot of soul searching.
Yeah, so therapy is very important in life, and not just for one or two things.
Well, that's all I've ever used it for is one or two things.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So.
Very clear to one of us.
I'm such a condescending prick. All right, thank you, everybody. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on Back. Flip them off every time?
I don't know. It's a term of endearment.
Mm-hmm.
But